Hey guys, welcome back to the AJ Analysis channel, where today we are doing somewhat of a scout report, if you like, on one of the most underrated or underappreciated players in all of Europe, Benfica and Portugal midfielder Florentino Luis. Now at 23 years old, this is a player who has experience at the top level but also has plenty of room for growth still in his career, and I genuinely believe he is potentially one of the best midfielders currently on the market this summer. So today we're going to tell you his strengths, weaknesses, and who should sign him really.
So I just quickly wanted to take a break away from the main camera to talk to you guys about today's video sponsor, the Football Shirt Club. And the reason I want to talk about them is because today they have sent me this beautiful mystery box for me to try out for myself. You can see this lovely purple packaging, really good quality. So today we're going to open it up and we're going to see what we get inside. So we've turned the camera, let's see what we are going to get inside. If you want to check them out, the link will be in the description down below to get one for yourself. But drum roll please, let's have a look at what we're going to get. Oh, it's very nice indeed. I'm seeing a PSV badge straight away, but also a couple of bonus gifts. We have a little information card. You guys can pause it if you want to read through that. I'll be reading through it later. We've also got some playing cards. Marcus Rashford feels very fitting for the channel. Got some different playing cards there though. Really high quality. They feel very nice. But then, the most important thing, the Piece à la Résistance, the PSV shirt, the 21-22 away kit. I need to try this on and show you guys. So I have to say, I'm really pleased with it. The PSV badge on the kit is very nice indeed. If you want to get your own mystery box, check out the Football Shirt Club using the link in the description down below. And also, if you use code AJ10 at checkout, you will get yourself a nice little discount.
So before we get into the tactical board and talk about some of his strengths and weaknesses here, I want to tell you a bit about his past, and there's one thing I really want to focus on. Florentino Luis is a player which used to play futsal. That is very much how he was brought up, playing futsal on a regular basis during the early parts of his career. And that tells you a lot about him as a player, and it's clear to see that he played futsal when you watch him live. Now, what do I mean by that? Because I'm not talking about a player which does loads of street skills. That isn't what you get here. However, what you do get is someone who plays with a great intensity, is a very intense young man, able to cover a lot of ground at high speed, whilst also possessing plenty of technical ability. And as a result, it makes him very good on the 11-a-side football pitch. So without doubt, one of his biggest strengths is his ability on the ball, his technical security and also his passing. For me, Florentino Luis is a young midfielder who has the potential to dictate and control some of the biggest games in football, because his temperament is genuinely excellent. Very good at receiving the ball in tight situations before turning away from pressure to keep the ball for his side. Now, would I label him as press resistant necessarily? Maybe not quite. However, he is very technically good, he's very good at sorting his feet out. So he is more than comfortable receiving the ball when under pressure, from where he tends to protect the ball, keep the ball well, using his technical ability, before then laying the ball off to a teammate. This is why he has the potential to operate either as a 6 at the base of a 4-3-3, or also as an 8 in sort of a 4-2-3-1, or maybe a double 6 system in the double pivot. Either way, very technical, very good at receiving the ball under pressure, and genuinely, all round his passing ability is very good. We can see it in his FB ref report here. He ranks very well in terms of the passes he is attempting, the passes he is completing, for short, medium and long range passing. And of course, that kind of gives us the idea that he could be a very good passing midfielder. And that's why I think he can be someone which controls big games. Now of course, to play in those biggest games, you do need to be able to cope with pressure. And we've seen already that he can kind of absorb and control the ball in those positions. However, he is also good at helping his teammates get out of the press as well, particularly with sort of medium range passes, if you like, where he might receive the ball here, for example, from a centre back, and we can see that he's got pressure on his back. However, what he is very good at doing in just one and then two touches is kind of flicking these medium range passes out to the other fullback. Or for example, he can do it from the other side, drop in here, receive the ball from the centre back with his back to play, turn and then kind of flip the ball out to the fullback on the other side, allowing his team to get out from the back. On top of this, the young midfielder also likes to combine in close proximity spaces, combining with his teammates to move the ball forward through the pitch, and 1-2s is an area where he really excels. He likes to get the ball here, for example, he'll lay it off to a midfielder, and then make the move forward to receive the ball again. And that's a very effective method of ball progression, and it's worked very well for him in the Portuguese league with Benfica. He's been a very good progressive midfielder, picking the ball up, laying it off to a teammate before then receiving the pass again, allowing him to evade pressure. For example, he may not necessarily every time back himself against this player here to kind of drive past them with the ball. So instead what he'll do is he'll use his intelligence and his movement to escape them, receiving the ball back and then allowing him to move the ball forward. And in general, he is a very, very good progressive midfielder. We saw a glimpse of it in his FBref report here. He's very good at getting the ball moving forward, and he's very good at passing between the lines. This is another attribute which makes him ideal either to play in a double pivot or as a solo pivot, able to pick the ball up in positions like this and pass the ball forward through the lines, taking out multiple opposition players with just one pass, passing through the lines, vertical system breaking passes, which allows his team to move the ball forward. Now, due to this brilliant combination of being calm but also being extremely technical and also very intelligent, as well as a very good passer, I genuinely believe that the young midfielder is ready to represent a top team in terms of what he offers on the ball. He could be the perfect, if you like, the perfect mould of the modern day number 6. He has almost every attribute that you would want. Now, perhaps he could offer a bit more ball carrying like someone like Declan Rice does, for example. But in a team which doesn't really require that, it's not too much of an issue. Florentino Luis, in terms of on the ball, he is perfect for the modern day number 6. He's very good at just cycling the ball over, keeping the ball moving for his side. Receiving the ball in one place, moving, picking the ball up again and passing it to someone else. And he keeps doing that. But of course, as we've seen already, he can also combine with quick 1-2s to move the ball forward or simply his progressive passing, making him a very good progressive number 6 for a top team. Now, for this reason alone, I genuinely think Florentino Luis deserves a move. I think he's ready on the ball for a top side. However, it gets even better because what Florentino also offers you is incredible work rate and ability out of possession as well. He's one of the few young midfielders in the world at the moment who excels both technically on the ball and also in terms of ground coverage and ball winning out of possession as well. This is a very good defensive midfielder. As we can see in his FBref report here, he ranks very well in almost every single metric, making him an incredible ball winner, and he could be a real asset for any top side. Now, what we particularly saw in his FBref report there was the number of tackles he makes. He covers a ridiculous amount of ground getting all over the pitch, and that's highlighted by the fact that he ranks very well for tackles in the defensive third, the middle third, but also the final third as well. So not only is he, playing as a deep 6 and protecting his centre-backs, he's also happy to squeeze a little bit higher, kind of break up transitions in the middle third, but also playing a team which uses a high press. Again, something we know which a lot of modern teams are looking to do at the moment. Florentino is very comfortable doing that because he has that athleticism, that intensity which we mentioned at the start of the video, allowing him to cover a ridiculous amount of ground to win the ball back for his side. Now, of course, all of this is aided by his very good natural frame. He's got a very athletic frame, if you like, able to cover a lot of ground, good stamina, good work rate. He's also got very good strength. He's good in the air, over 6 foot tall, so very good with his aerial duels. But also those long legs of his allow him to kind of stretch out and reach a ball, which most players typically can't. He's very good on the slide tackle and very good at winning the ball back, again, in pretty much every different zone of the pitch. What more is there to want? He kind of combines the ball winning ability of someone like Ndidi, but then he offers so much more in possession as well. I genuinely think he's a very well-rounded player. In terms of if I was to compare Florentino to someone, it would be a little bit like Fabinho at Liverpool. However, a player which is perhaps has even more potential for press resistance to his game, but also covers a lot more ground as well, simply because of his athletic nature. He's much quicker, he covers a lot more ground, much more mobile. That sounds very promising for a young footballer. It's a massive compliment to say the next Fabinho, but maybe better. But that's genuinely how good I think he is, and that's why I think he should be looking for moves to a few different clubs. Several clubs should be looking at him. For example, at Manchester United, he would be an excellent long-term backup to Casemiro, whilst currently he could offer depth in that 6th position, but also competition for Mason Mount or Bruno Fernandes in the 2 higher 8 spots. He's very capable of playing those roles. He'd also be a very good option for Chelsea. If the Moises Caicedo deal falls through, then Florentino Luis could be the perfect midfielder to come in and play alongside Enzo Fernandez. We both know that they already understand each other's game after playing together for Benfica last season. Another option is, of course, Liverpool. We're talking about the next Fabinho. With Fabinho maybe leaving Liverpool, who is the best replacement? I don't know, the next best thing, the next upcoming version of Fabinho, who again, maybe has the potential to be even better. So that's another move which would certainly suit Florentino Luis. And another club which should be looking at him as well is Bayern. They need a ball winner next to Kimmich, someone who's allows Kimmich to really excel basically, move a bit further forward and focus more on his on-the-ball stuff. Florentino Luis, once again, is the perfect player to allow him to do that. You can clearly see how highly I rate this young midfielder. I think he's one of the best players currently available on the market because I just think he does a bit of everything. In possession, he's very technically secure, he can drop deep, receive the ball under pressure, he can play out from the press with switches to the other fullback to allow his team to move forward. He's also capable of getting on the turn, combining with teammates, using 1-2s to move the ball forward, whilst also having a very good eye for a progressive pass, allowing him to be a dictating number 6, someone who is metronomic in possession, keeping the ball ticking over, moving the ball from side to side, having an excellent understanding of tempo, when to keep the ball simple, keep possession for your team, and when to move it forward a little bit quicker to hurt the opposition. Add on to that the fact that he is one of the best ball-winning midfielders in the whole world at the moment, and you have yourself an incredibly complete midfielder. Now, towards the end of last season, his form did dip a little bit, and he did have a short spell out of the Benfica side. However, he soon came back into the team to help them win the title, and genuinely, this is a top quality young midfielder. He's got to be on the radar of all of the top clubs because he is so good. If he doesn't move this summer, I'm convinced he will move next year as long as he has a good season, but now could be the time to act to get yourself a top technical ball-winning midfielder. He really has everything that you would want. But that is all for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Have you seen Florentino Luis play before, and what players would you compare him to? If you haven't seen him before, what did you like about what you saw in this video? Do you like that technical side of his game or the ball winning ability? And also let me know some other potential clubs which he could join. Apart from that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.